All content featured on the Taylor Show is intended for entertainment purposes only. All stories discussed herein are based on alleged events and personal opinions. Nothing shared should be taken as fact or professional advice. Any viewpoints expressed are solely those of host and do not represent any business or organizations.
Welcome to the Taylor Show, starring your host, Taylor. Welcome to the Taylor Show, starring your host, Taylor.
Hello and welcome back to the Taylor Show, the show where we talk about one thing and one thing only, and that's me, your host, Taylor. Today we have back by unpopular demand, Dave Cruz.
What?
I'm sorry, I
Did I
meant
mishear
popular.
that?
I meant popular.
Okay.
Popular demand.
Thank you
Dave
very
Cruz.
much.
I want to welcome you back to the show this time with something really special.
Okay.
And it's in the Taylor bag.
I didn't know you have your own bags.
Yeah, I'm very official these days.
Okay. Ready for the reveal?
Oh yeah. There's multiple
There
things.
are multiple things.
Thank you for being on the pod.
First,
Everyone's watching.
Loverboy.
Do you know how hard it was to find a physical CD?
Song they didn't do at the concert. 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 Yeah, none of these songs they would do live because these are all hits.
Am I
Loverboy.
furthering our beef with Loverboy? I think I am.
I'm impressed. When's the last time you bought a CD?
I buy CDs like obnoxiously. I
You,
buy them
you
a
have
lot.
a CD player?
Yeah.
Do you have a DVD player?
No. Well, in the PlayStation, perhaps
This
I do.
is fantastic. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And the other two are just fun.
Alcohol. Can I open this up right now?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna get you a coffee
Oh,
to
and
pour the
more
rum in. You know.
booze.
Yeah. The pink one was just, a little girly.
This is very exciting.
Hey, it's your
Thank you
rider.
very much.
Figured this would have been on your rider.
Yeah, it is. Well, and you have to drink while listening to Loverboy.
Yeah, it's true. Do you have a CD player? Are you gonna have trouble playing that? Because I know that you're gonna want to jam out to Loverboy.
Kind of like you, maybe in the PlayStation. Can you play CDs in the PlayStation?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
It would be weird if you couldn't, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that later.
I didn't bring you a gift.
That's okay. Your
I do
presence
have
is
some
given.
questions to ask you so we can get to know Taylor better.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's for later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Right off the bat, if you don't mind, I know it's your podcast, but I do want to, well, first of all, advice, don't ever follow GPS because I'm late. If you know where you're going, just go. It'll figure itself out. Number two, I would like to know your thoughts based on your most recent TikTok. What are your thoughts on WrestleMania?
Oh God, WrestleMania. So you watch? Have you watched?
I have watched. I didn't see the most recent one, though.
I was shook. I was shocked. I said, "This is what they do for a living?" Like the aggression and also the men acting.
Yeah.
I didn't
yeah.
realize it was that intense. And people love. Wait, what's his name? I believe in Joe Hendrick.
God.
People love him.
So you watched?
Oh, I watched. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
definitely.
wasn't fun. What about you? What do you feel about it? Do you like it?
I mean, it's theater. It's a show.
It is a show.
It's a show.
It's more of a show than a sport, one may argue.
Yeah, I suppose. I think the kind you should really watch are the kind that are like the low level, like in high school basements, where it's like guys getting their start and they're actually like hitting themselves with, baseball bats wrapped in
What?
barbed wire,
That
where there really aren't any rules. Like
Oh,
that's
wait.
what you need to see.
No, you're right. I read a book on that once. They did fights in the basement.
You read
And then the house caught on fire when they were in mid-fight.
The most amazing thing about that is you read a book.
I'm a big reader.
What?
I love to
Are
read.
you serious?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah. I read all the time. I'm reading the diaries of Sylvia Plath right now. So who knows? Maybe this time next year, maybe my head will be in the oven.
That's fantastic. Also, I'm doing something this week for the first time that I've never done in my whole life. Like I've done my whole life this one way.
You're having sex for the first time.
Not
This
yet,
week?
but thanks
okay. Sorry.
thanks for bringing
Sorry.
that up.
Okay. Sorry. I thought it was.
No, it might be somewhat related to that though, down the road where, and tell me if I'm completely bonkers or if this makes sense to you. This week, for the first time ever, I am throwing away the top sheet on the bed. It's just the
Really?
fitted sheet and the comforter. I am sick and tired of the top sheet always balled up. Then it comes untucked. Then it's wrapped around your legs like a snake. I had it. So I just wrapped it up and threw it in the corner and I'm done with it. No more top sheet ever.
Wow. So
What do you
you're
think?
you're a true bottom now. No more tops, only bottoms, only bottom sheets.
Yeah.
And I co-sign on that because I don't use a top sheet.
You don't use a top sheet?
You have a dog. You can't have a top sheet with a dog.
Why?
I feel like, you know how they do that little digging thing? They're like,
Yeah, yeah,
it just messes up the top sheet.
yeah.
So I chucked it. I
Yeah.
know, I'm over it. Comforter, and then 8 blankets, and then my heated blanket.
Of course. How many pillows?
3.
I have 3 pillows.
Oh my God.
What do you do? I make a
Amazing.
sandwich with my head, and then I hold the other one.
Of course, yeah, okay. You lost me there.
No? What do you do with your 3?
I have like 2 behind me, and then
Yeah.
1 I lay on. So like 2 like
Oh.
propping up the pillow.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
And they're like the big king size pillows.
Oh,
the
the big,
ones.
the big body ones?
I love those.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that we're talking about pillows. This is the most exciting podcast ever.
Is this where you expected it to go?
Totally. I mean, you threw out your top sheet. That's a big deal.
Yeah. So we've already gone through Loverboy, top sheet, me not having sex,
Yeah.
and you reading a book.
And me reading a book. Let's
This
talk.
is a lot. We're 5 minutes in.
I know. We have to talk about the most important thing that we did recently.
Mm-hmm.
And that was we went on a yacht.
Yeah.
I threw this party on a yacht and I said, I'm going to invite one of my BFFs, Dave Cruz.
I thought you were going to say they canceled, so I was, of course, available at the last minute.
No, I was so glad that one, you brought a friend because now I know like your
Does-
company.
Does a relative count as a friend? Like she kind of has to hang out with me because
No,
we're
she
related.
doesn't. She doesn't. She
doesn't?
could be like, see you later.
Okay.
You don't even live in the same town.
No, we don't.
Yeah, she could have been like, bye.
You live in the same town as her. I'm
Yeah,
afraid
I
that she immediately started following you on
And
social media.
I was
so.
obsessed with her.
Yeah.
I still am obsessed
Yeah.
with her. I invited her today.
Yeah. She, like your husband, has adult stuff.
Isn't that crazy? They have real jobs.
Yeah.
I know Nate was actually telling me that when we were at the Dave and Buster's
Mm-hmm.
after the yacht, that she was like getting work calls. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's a Saturday. And Nate was like, lady, not everybody's job is drinking on a yacht. Okay. She's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And you did inspire her in that the second she got a work call, she was on her way to the bar to order some mozzarella sticks because you somehow are not 700 pounds, even though you only eat French fries and mozzarella sticks. But she said, those look so good. I'm going to go order some right now. And then we're called. So
My gosh.
were
So
they
she
good?
didn't get them?
Were they good? No.
Oh
No,
my
we
God,
had to
they
leave.
were amazing.
Yeah. They
That
look
was
fantastic.
the redeeming quality of Dave and Buster's, but we'll get there. I think the yacht
Yeah.
was a blast, first off.
It was one of the 3 best times of my life. Although, as you mentioned, I don't have sex, so that bar is pretty
So,
low.
so the bar is pretty low.
I
Okay.
distinctly remember, well, there's 2 things. Number 1, it was bottomless mimosas. I had 9
Oh, you counted.
and a tequila shot. But in order to cancel that out, I ate 6 waffles, which I also counted because
I
I
didn't
figured
even
it soaks
see the
everything
waffles.
up. It's because I ate them all. So at one point, so my cousin who was with me, Shelly, because like the music is just going, it's so loud. The
So
the
loud.
people on the pier, like they're reading the books, they're looking up like,
What are they doing? Yeah.
so it's so loud. And at one point there were 30 models just all gyrating and dancing, wearing various levels of not clothes.
Yeah.
And my cousin looks over to me and she has to yell. She goes, it's 2 p.m. What are these people going to do all day after this? And I'm
Literally.
like, yeah, because you would think it was like 1 a.m. at the end of the
Yep.
It's 2 p.m. It was
2 in the
crazy.
afternoon.
Yeah.
And we all started at like 11:30 is when people started boarding.
Okay,
and
to get everything set.
to get everything set, and like our models were drinking from the beginning because that was part of the shoot. Like they had to. Like they had to. You have to drink if you work for Taylor Brook Media.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But they all had the drinks in their hands, so they were already in party mode. And then I think I told you that after that, like after the yacht, I was supposed to go to Steve Aoki.
Right,
Which, like,
yeah.
I'm not doing that.
You chose Dave and Buster's.
I chose
instead.
Dave and Buster's instead, and that was the best choice.
You were shockingly well composed on the Ben Franklin yacht because I would think, you know, like you said, you had to be there early. You're kind of in charge
Yep.
of everything.
I was composed.
Gave us some fun little to-go gifts.
So many to-go gifts.
I have a Taylor Brook pen.
I know. It would, the pens would be better if they were gel. It's bothering me that they're not gel. Like it's just, they seem a
They
little.
do work. I was worried about that.
Oh,
I'm like, did
they
she
work.
save money by not putting any ink in this? Nope, it works.
Could you imagine? That's brilliant.
would-
That's so
that would be
me
great.
too. No, that's so me.
Ink sold separately.
Ink sold separately. Shut up.
So this may be on Facebook Marketplace later.
Great. You might be
We'll
able to
see.
sell it for like, I don't know,
A couple thousand.
couple
We'll see.
million maybe. They're pretty popular.
But it was fantastic. So definitely get on the Ben Franklin yacht if you have a chance.
Yeah, get on the Ben Franklin. And you met Ben Franklin.
I did meet Ben Franklin. I got a picture with Ben Franklin.
I can't believe that. And he would
Yeah.
not break character. I tried
No.
so hard
What do
to
you mean
get...
character? It's Ben Franklin.
No, shut up, Dave. He's not Ben Franklin. I was trying to get this man to tell me about his life. I'm like, tell me more. And he's like, well, I grew up. I'm like, no, Ben. I want to know what your name is. I think it's Matt. Wasn't it Matt?
I don't know. He did proposition your husband, so that was a little awkward.
He gave him his card
Yeah.
and invited him over.
And says he does bachelorette parties, right?
He does say he does bachelorette parties.
Wonder what that's about.
I wish I had a friend getting married that would be like down for me doing that. But I don't think.
No, I
could
wish I
pull
never
that.
heard those words that he does bachelorette parties.
Me neither. Yeah, and speaking of composed, I was the face that composed when that happened. I was like, yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
Good
totally.
for you. You make your money, buddy.
Yeah, you get your coin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about some celebrities and whether you would date them.
Okay.
This is another problematic list, but this one's more curated. Okay, we're going to start out with a fan favorite, Julianne Hough.
Oh, yeah. Not only because she's hot, but she seems extremely crazy.
Does it bother you that her relationship with her brother is
A little incestual.
Yeah. Does that bother? Or are you okay with it? You're okay with
Doesn't
incest?
seem like I care. Yeah. No,
Okay,
that's fine. Yeah.
Janet Jackson.
Which version?
Ooh, the Are You Nasty Janet.
Is that around the Black Cat? Black Cat Janet?
I think so.
Yeah. Not the Good Times Janet, because she was like 9.
Well,
Did you ever watch Good Times?
No.
When she was a kid actress?
no.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, and then she was Poofy Janet for a while, and then she vanished for a few years and came back as super hot Janet. Then she later in life went to Coffee Enema Janet, and she lost me.
Coffee enema.
Yeah, she got coffee enemas.
Good for her.
Yeah.
A girl's got to do what a girl's
Yeah,
got to do.
kind of like Julianne Hough and her brother. It's like, whatever.
Well, if that floats your boat.
Yeah, but yeah, for the most part, Janet. Yeah.
For the most part. Roseanne Barr.
No.
Okay. You know she grows nuts now.
What kind of nuts?
Like peanuts.
She
in
grows
Hawaii.
peanuts.
She has like a peanut farm. So I need to be fact checked on this, but I'm pretty sure Roseanne Barr went nuts. Get it? But like I think she has a peanut farm.
Is that supposed to entice me? You're like, well,
Like,
Dave, she may not be what you're looking for, but she's got a bunch of peanuts.
she'll keep you fed.
I guess, yeah. Okay. But no.
Sarah Palin.
Yes. Yeah,
Dave!
for sure.
I'm not even gonna ask
Yeah.
why.
I
J.K.
think the
Rowling.
glasses are hot. It's like the hot librarian sort of look.
Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
You realize you would have to like
Move to Alaska?
and like probably wear a suit a lot. Doesn't she do a lot of public appearances?
Does she still do stuff?
I feel like she does.
I would just have her walk around with the glasses and pretend like she's a librarian and just go, shh,
Oh my god.
tell me about the Dewey Decimal System. Can you see Russia from where you live?
Poor Sarah Palin's. Like I want nothing to do with any of you. We're gonna get a cease and desist.
Okay.
Okay, J.K. Rowling.
No, the $1 billion is enticing, but and British, so that's good. The accent, right? Isn't
Sure.
she British?
What? I don't know.
From what I understand, isn't she a touch racist or
I think
homophobic
so.
or something?
I think there's a problem with her. I know that she's problematic. I don't know
Okay.
what she's done, but and you know what? I think I read Harry Potter like once, and
Mm-hmm.
as an avid reader, as I am, you'd think I'd read it more than that. But I was
Did you
always-
watch the movies?
Yeah, they were okay. I'm a Twilight person. Like I loved vampires. Like give me vampires.
God.
Way better than wizards and witches.
Never saw any of the Twilights.
You've never seen them?
No.
Wait, what?
There's a Taylor in it, right? Isn't there a Taylor in it?
Taylor Lautner? Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
I was Team Edward.
He's a werewolf, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, he's a
there
werewolf.
you go. Don't need to see him.
Oh my God. I had a Twilight themed birthday when I was like 23. It was
So
awesome.
was that this year?
I wish. My sister said the other day, she's like, your birthday is next month. You're almost 30. I said, okay, 28 isn't almost 30,
Yeah.
but thanks.
What is the theme this year for your birthday?
This year there is no theme. I think I'm taking like a year off because I don't want people to get like sick of my birthday.
You do know I'm 100% hiring Ben Franklin to come to your birthday.
Shut up. Could you imagine? That would be amazing. Maybe I will throw a party at this point. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You've heard it here first. Okay, last person on the list, Monica Lewinsky. Woo.
Yeah, maybe. She's only allowed to wear that one dress, though.
Well,
The blue dress.
Well, did you see her on Call Her Daddy?
No.
She still looks pretty good.
Does she
Like,
still
she's
look all
kind of
right?
killing it. Yeah.
Okay, good for her.
So like, and she's very open about talking about sex these days. I was
Okay.
like, okay, Monica, pop off.
Yeah.
She's a resurgence.
Oh. And that, I mean, it'd be cool to say I'm, I've been with a girl that had a president spin with, right?
That would be cool, especially your first time having sex.
That would be fantastic.
It would be fantastic.
Wow. Oddly enough, I did interview Bill Clinton once. Think he'd remember me?
You interviewed Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
Bill Clinton's cute.
He was a lot of fun,
Was he?
May have been
He
drunk.
looks like he would be fun.
but yeah.
Oh, wait, what did you ask him?
It was when Hillary was running against Obama for the
Cool.
Democratic nomination. So he and Hillary were doing the radio tour.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
Yeah.
And Bill was just like vibing,
Yeah.
playing the sax.
He was
in the
just super
corner.
cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of Obama?
It was with your buddy Marilyn.
Oh,
we talked to
she
them.
just texted me before I came in. Yep. And so she's going to be on the pod.
Did you say, Dave's late, come here? Whoever gets here first.
Whoever gets here first. No, she needs to get a blowout and her hair done, makeup done. She's very particular.
Okay.
Yeah, but I get that. I love a girl that has a checklist.
I just show up like a ball of sweat,
Well,
covered
I
in dog hair.
The Philadoptables. You can't get better than that. Now that I've adopted a dog, I'm like, ugh,
Okay.
so into
This
it.
so the problem is, last time I wore a Philadoptable shirt, and I will wear a Philadoptable shirt every time I'm on your podcast to promote Philadoptables.org, helping Philadelphia's most at-risk animals. But I only have 3 shirts,
Oh, okay.
so I can only come on one more time. There was the light blue, now the green, then I have a navy blue, and then that's it. So
They don't make any other colors.
they may, but I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any. You can't afford it.
No, it's free.
Understood.
That's
Oh.
my price. I spend as much on my clothes as I do on my CDs and liquor.
God, if people were like just listening to this, like out, not in a podcast format, they wouldn't think we're friends. They would think we hate each other.
Well, there was a picture from the yacht that you posted that looks like we're yelling at each other. And
Every picture we take ends up looking like that.
Yeah.
Am I the problem? Am I screaming directions when things are? It looked like I was about to push you off the yacht.
Yeah. Were you thinking about it?
I don't think, not consciously, maybe subconsciously. I was like, one of us got to go.
Then you started dancing with the models, and that was it.
And then that was it. That was it. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions before we get to yours.
Okay.
Weirdest DM that you've ever gotten?
Weirdest.
What's the weirdest thing someone has asked you? Working in radio, working in the industry, just dating. What's the weirdest thing someone has like slid in your inbox and said?
Boy, that's dangerous. I'm trying to think. As a protective measure, I delete DMs as soon as I get them. Like if I bring up my
what?
phone now, I have no DM. The conversation, I immediately delete all of them.
Okay, wait.
So
right
there are
now,
none there.
phone check. How many unread messages do you have?
None.
You're kidding.
No, I read everything.
I have 1,167 right now and 38 missed calls.
You have to go through them all right now.
Absolutely not. My red receipts are
Nothing.
on. You're that clean?
Nothing.
Okay, are you a Dave or are you a Taylor? What
Even
the hell?
Instagram, like DMs, I delete them all. Messages, none.
What? How
Messages,
many do I have
none.
on it? I have 14 plus.
Read them.
No.
You have to read them all.
I literally can't. I don't, ugh. The only people I respond to are like my therapist, my mom, like.
Who are
sometimes-
often the same person.
Often the same person. Yeah, I don't like respond to anybody. I respond to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
I don't know if it's necessarily counts as a weird DM, but a friend of mine who does like work as an extra, like I do, he sent me a message this week, and when I first read it, it was kind of cryptic because I didn't realize there was an attachment on it.
Oh.
That there's I don't know if you know the John Hamm show, Your Friends and Neighbors, just came out last week. So they just started filming season 2. So he sends, his name is Bill, he sends me this message, and you know, he would be someone who would be into me. He would not be into you.
Sure. Fair enough.
He goes, looking for naked people was the message.
And you were like, sign me up.
Yes, and then delete it. So there's no, but there's filming season 2, and they're looking for people who will get naked. But I didn't see it initially that there was the attachment,
Stop
that
it.
there was the job posting that he attached. He said, looking for naked people. I'm like, Bill.
So you just said nothing.
I said, well, I looked at it for a while.
Trying to think of a
Yeah.
response.
Then I
and
put my
you saw
phone
the
away. I'm
attachment.
like, I need to think about this
Like,
first.
Wow.
Because it's nice to be wanted,
It's nice to be
right?
wanted.
Even if you
yeah.
don't want them back. Yeah.
You want people to want you.
So it's kind of a letdown that I then looked at. I'm like, oh, He wasn't propositioning me. It was
That is
just
a
he was
weird-
just letting me know that there was an ad.
That's odd, though. I would
Yeah.
feel uncomfortable if I got that as well. That counts. That counts. Okay, here is a very controversial one. I love to ask my friend, like, get all my friends in a room, get everybody having a drink
Yeah.
with their significant others, and then I ask, so if your best friend was cheating on their significant other, would you tell them? And then you just watch every couple look around. And go,
Yeah.
which one's my
Who's
best
doing
friend?
it?
Which one would be cheating?
Yeah.
Would you? Like, who's your best friend? Donnie? Is Donnie your best friend?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go with Donnie.
Yeah. Donnie's your flavor of the week.
Yeah. Would I tell him if I knew his spouse was cheating on him?
That, and then the other way around. Would you tell the spouse if you knew that he was cheating?
Oh, no, I would never tell her if he was cheating.
Bro code is that strong.
Yeah.
Any of your friends you wouldn't tell?
Yeah. No.
Seriously?
No, there is a funny story though. There was, I probably shouldn't say it here.
I'll bleep the.
There was a guy I worked with who was.
Are you kidding?
No.
That's fucking crazy.
But while we were friends, not saying anything.
I love
What
that.
would you do?
Oh.
Would you tell? Or would it depend who they're
It,
with?
no, see, I don't like cheaters. I don't love that, but I'm like very loyal with my friends where I would be like, okay, you got to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a problem. But I don't think I would be like, hey, by the way, I was about to say a name. No, I'm not getting any of my friends.
Wow.
By the way, so-and-so is cheating on you. Now, I don't think I would do that, but what you
Yeah.
just said you did,
Yeah.
I might consider that. That's
Yeah.
diabolical. I love that.
Thank you very much.
The wearing, that's incredible.
Yeah. I was very proud of myself.
You know, they probably think about that a lot, and they're like, who did that? And they can't pin it on you.
Right.
No
yeah.
evidence.
Yeah.
But they're like, damn it, that Dave Cruz. Okay, I want to hear your questions.
Okay,
I want to make
so-
sure that we have time for them. So
All right. So my thing with these questions are, these are more of like I was going to ask your hubby these, more like a newlywed kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But I can go and ask you
Okay, fair.
these questions. And then when he's here on another podcast where I wear my
Totally.
final Philadoptable shirt, I'll have more
Yes.
questions.
Okay,
Okay, you
fair.
ready?
Yep.
All right. We have 16 questions. Do you want all 16? Well, there's 14 and then 2 bonus.
Okay, just let's go.
Want to go through? All right. So you have 2 dogs?
2.
What are their names?
Callie and Kenzie.
Callie and Kenzie. All right, I'll put on Callie and Kenzie. Who does your dog? Who does Cal like more? You or Nate?
Right now, Nate.
And who's your other dog like? Kenzie?
Yeah, I think she's more of a mama's girl now.
Okay. I'm writing down your answers. Maybe I'll just ask Nate later. All right. You or Nate, who is more likely to survive a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, not me. No, kill me. Get
Yeah.
me out of here. I was
Okay.
almost out of here during COVID. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I was not made for this.
All right, so that's a Nate. Who is more likely to get lost in a grocery store?
Me, I can't even get around my neighborhood. Are you kidding?
Who has better looking friends?
Me. Yeah, me.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
Do you think Nate would agree with you on all these so far?
so, yeah.
Yeah.
If Nate's like, no, my friends are hot, then I think
Then
we
that's
have
a problem.
to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I was setting up for that one. Okay. Who is more likely to have an OnlyFans page?
Me. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Taylor. You're listening to the Taylor Show.
The correct answer is what's OnlyFans?
Yeah,
That's
never
what you're
heard
supposed
of it.
to say.
Mom.
What is your weirdest habit?
Oh God, I have a lot of them. When I walk, like, if I were to take off my shoes and like walk across this floor, I don't walk with my foot flat. I walk on my tops of my toes.
Why? Like you're wearing invisible heels,
Yeah, all the time.
or do you like being taller?
I am subconscious. I am conscious of like my height, you know. So
Okay.
like maybe
That helps
I'm always
out?
on my tippy toes. Yeah, it's my weird habit.
What is a habit of Nate's that drives you crazy?
Oh God. Right now, his use of the word prosperity partnership.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a whole thing. It's prosperity partnership. It's like a work terminology thing.
Okay.
And it's funny because every time he says it, I'm like, the prosperity partnership. Like it just sounds so. And that's my current ick. It's my newest bit.
Yeah, I don't like it. Do you remember what you were wearing on your first date?
No,
Nate?
I
No?
don't. Probably black.
Do you-
Well, Nate and I had a complicated beginning.
That there really wasn't a first date.
There really wasn't a first date. Anybody that knows me, and you know this more than anybody probably, when I laid eyes on Nate, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry that guy. But like, you have to do a couple things before you get married.
Yeah.
They
So
have
there
to
was,
like know who you are.
Yeah. That means there was a lot of hooking up before a date. So if Taylor Day was an official holiday, how would people celebrate it?
If Taylor Day was an official holiday, I think. Sorry, I'm making sure it's not my parents. I'm 28 years old. I'm like, let me make sure that's not my parents calling. I think everybody would be required not to work. You would stay home. You would DoorDash all of your food, and you wouldn't move. You would just stay
Just sit there and
sedentary all day.
That sounds fantastic.
Doesn't it?
We need to have that day.
Yeah, we do.
What is, and this is perfect, and I can show you, what's the longest Taylor has gone without checking her phone?
Probably
5
never,
seconds.
Yeah, 8 hours when I'm sleeping, maybe.
Okay.
I have my phone on always. I'm so bad.
If your house was on fire, not counting the pets, what's the one thing you would grab?
My Anna Delvey signed to prison art.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think like what's most expensive.
How big is it?
It's like 8 by 10, so it's not that
Oh,
big.
okay. So
Yeah,
you have
I
to
could,
take
carry
this
it.
giant thing off the wall.
They don't give you big canvases in prison.
Oh, they probably
not
shouldn't.
at Rikers.
No. And this is fine since you just talked about Nate. What common word or phrase do you overuse?
SNL, I feel like they specifically made this skit to call me out. I'm saying slay all the time.
Slay,
I need
yeah.
to stop. It's to the point where my dad and I are in business meetings and I'm like, slay! I love that idea. My dad's like, okay, these web guys are going to think you're nuts.
When this podcast comes out, I'm going to listen to it and see how many times you've already used it today.
Too many.
If you won the lottery, what would you blow the money on first?
Manolo Blahniks.
On who?
Shoes. I'd buy shoes on shoes on shoes. Oh, I love shoes. God, I love to shop.
How about this? How many purses do you own?
Upwards of 200, 300
Are
maybe.
you serious?
Yeah, that's just
I thought you were going to say 4.
Do you know how many bags I have?
Why is it more than 4?
So this is how I explain it to Nate. I'm a collector, you see, and when you're a collector, you buy the designer bags that are kind of out of style or they're vintage, or you buy the new ones so they appreciate in value instead of depreciate. So it's like the
you're
stock
saying
market.
you're saying it's an investment.
Yeah, so it's just like cryptocurrency, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like crypto. It works the same way.
It's Bitcoin, but you can
It's Bitcoin, but
bring
they're
it with
Dolce.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your celebrity crush?
Harry Styles.
Who is Nate's celebrity crush?
You know,
Also
don't
Harry
know.
Styles?
no, Neil Patrick Harris. I know he would say Neil Patrick Harris.
He did talk about him a lot last time.
He loves Neil Patrick
I could see
Harris.
that. Now, do you want the 2 bonuses?
Yeah, give them to me.
Okay. Who has had, between you and Nate, who has had more sex in their life?
Oh God, I'm.
Do your parents listen to this?
My dad does sometimes.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. And my mom. What am I talking about? My mom's my best friend. She listens to everything. Not
Why are you
Nate.
taking so
Nate's
long
too
to answer
innocent.
this?
Nate's too innocent.
So you?
No, yeah. Nate's never had sex before me, so.
Okay. And the final question, who is better at sex?
Hi, welcome to the Taylor Show. Oh my God.
Okay, then.
One day Nate's parents are finally going to turn this on and
Yeah.
it's going to be this episode and it's going
God,
to
I
be
hope so.
December. You know, it's going to be like Christmas
Yeah.
season.
You slayed those questions, by the way.
Oh wow.
Did I
like
use it
your use
right?
of slay. Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right. So we've had fun this last
Mm-hmm.
week. Up next, I think it's time not for me to set you up, but to set Michelle up.
Set my cousin up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You do love love.
I love love.
I love
and
that you love love.
I think that's our next step.
Yeah. You have a horrible history as a matchmaker.
Yeah, I'm awful at it.
Horrible.
But you know, you got nothing to lose right now. So anytime. Anytime. This has been the Taylor
not
Show.
wrong.
Thank you so much for listening. We have our guest Dave Cruz here. You can follow him on socials. You can also donate to Philadoptables. And anything else you want to say before we close out?
No, next time I'm on, I'll give a review of all 16 of these tracks. So if you can find one,
Amazing.
go buy Loverboy CD.
Loverboy's management.
Or is this the only one?
It was hard to find, let me tell you, but best $7.99 ever spent. Loverboy's management, contact us. Bookings at TaylorBrookMedia.com. We'd love to have you on for an open conversation. Thank you for listening to the Taylor Show.
Thank you, Taylor.
Anytime. We'll see you next week, next month, whenever the fuck we want.
Welcome to the Taylor